Good morning. This is Adam Smith with the Colorado Real Estate Finance Group on Monday, July 18th. And of course, I'm here with your weekly zero-cost marketing and contact management tip. Remember, if you'd like more information about the free classes I teach on contact management, zero-cost marketing, social media marketing, video blogging, don't hesitate to contact me or have your managing broker or title rep do that, as that seems to be how most of these classes are arranged. But it's great information for anyone who has a direct-to-consumer relationship, like realtors, mortgage brokers, insurance agents, financial planners, and so on. And we're always happy to share the information at no cost. So let's talk about this week's tip. And we've probably covered this week's tip a dozen times. We certainly covered it in the classroom material, but man, if the information just doesn't sink in, it's amazing to me. But real basic stuff: return all your phone calls, your emails, etc. All of them. I don't care what it is. And the example I'm going to give is one that should make sense, that does ring true. But years ago, I had a telemarketer call me, and he's selling promotional goods. Pens and t-shirts and umbrellas and all that kind of stuff with your company logo on it or your name on it or whatever the case may be. I don't know how you define that kind of swag that you see being given away at trade shows and the like, but that's what he's selling. And I call him back, and he does a really healthy share of name dropping of some really hotshot real estate agents here in the Denver metro area. And he's thinking that that's going to sway me. And not that I'm opposed to it, I'm just not in the market for pens or notepads or things with my company name on them. Again, zero cost marketing for a repeat and referral business is the whole premise of all of this. So we're not spending money on pens and t-shirts. But we strike up a rapport. I know a lot of the people that he's done some work for. And by the end of the conversation, we're talking about refinancing his house and taking a loan application for him to do such. So here, 9 times out of 10 in the general world, a voicemail from a telemarketer for a product that I don't want or need is going to go unreturned. However, my mindset, which should be your mindset, is here's a potential contact, relationship, eventual client, so on and so forth, which is the entire premise of what we are doing and teaching here on how to build a repeat and referral business without spending any additional money. So we make contacts. That's the first part of all of this, and the first thing we teach in our general overview class. Then, how to do the contact management with them, how to build a relationship, how to make friends, how to make clients, so how to influence people, whatever the literature is by that name. I'm not going to rack my brain for it and take up your time here in this video, but hopefully you get my gist. Return all your phone calls. You never know what's going on at the other end of that line. You never know if that person needs to buy a house, sell a house, so on and so forth. It's really important stuff. Now, when it comes to calls that aren't telemarketers, your clients, your colleagues, your partner relationships, whether that's your lender, your title company, whatever, those calls, again, you look like a superhero when those calls and emails are getting returned as fast as possible. Okay? So that's this week's tip. Not only return all your calls, but return them as quickly as you can, and obviously that holds true for email as well. So that is this week's tip. Let's talk about this week's drawing, and before we talk about how you can be this week's winner, let's talk about last week's winner, Mr. John Campbell. And John, I know you watch the videos diligently. We talk about it every time we get to have a conversation. And you replied to the email subscription that you got saying, hey, great video, whatever the case may be. And wouldn't you know, you were the first one to do that, so you are this week's winner. I will reach out to you and figure out how to get you this week's prize. Now, if you want to be this week's winner, simply be the first person to make some kind of comment about this video. If you're catching it on Facebook, do that. LinkedIn, Twitter, if you're a YouTube subscriber, you can make comments there. If you're on the email subscription, simply reply. If you want to call me or text me, feel free to do that too. I do not mind. The next one of you to do any of that will win this week's prize. So, remember this week's tip. Really simple stuff. We just need to be reminded of it. Return all your calls, emails. Do it as quickly as you can. It really does make a difference in your ability to build relationships, maintain relationships, and again, you never know what's at the other end of that line. Remember, make some kind of comment via whatever method you are subscribing to these weekly videos to win this week's prize. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week. Bye.